Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 27 of the Road to Glory, here with Kyla Adams. Now, let's get into things, because I want to try and try and finish this month, being September. We've got 3 weeks, and then of course the big event for September, which is Hunting for Glory. And we are actually going to do... Originally I was just going to do a rematch. However, Primus Allen did actually win a number one contenders match. So therefore, we basically have Primus Allen, who's the number one contender, and then we have Callie Slick, who is also essentially a number one contender, or he's at least due a rematch clause, as he lost the title to Ernest at the last event. But interestingly enough, we've got a new friendship here between Mobstar and Dean Waldorf, which is pretty cool to see. We've also got a pay rise request from Kurt Lovenkrantz, who now has 78. Yes, you read that right. 78 refereeing. I'm sorry? How on earth did that happen? I'm pretty sure, was he a D plus when we got him? I think he was a D plus. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I guess we'll just give him a 75% increase because I don't want to upset him. He's also probably going to be cheaper than anyone else around his level. Anyway, we're going to continue to press on with the Southwest. We did mess up one show at the end of last episode, and we accidentally ran that in the Mid-South. So once again, this month isn't going to be a true reflection of the finances, but it will give us a bit of a better idea. Alrighty, so let's get into booking the show. I mean, the good thing about the new friendship is the fact that it actually helps our backstage rating as well. I think we're gonna try and meddle again between Primus and Callie. Of course, we got it back to a dislike of each other from hatred, so that was pretty good. Anyway, let's go Southwest. Generic venue in the Southwest. There we go. Still heading downwards with the economy. We're at a 6F at the moment. But let's book our main event. Now, we have been depending on Mobstar, so I think I want to continue that. I wouldn't mind doing Mobstar versus Callie Slick. Did we already do this in the last episode? Yes, we did. Okay. So, in that case, we won't do that. We'll do Buster Cap instead. I'm not sure if I want to make that the main event. He does have the popularity. I'm assuming Buster Cap has good popularity there as well, 30. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. They are both, well, I think Buster Cap's a main eventer, and Callie Slick is upper mid card. A little bit strange, but anyway. Let's also have Ernest on commentary, because I like that idea. And he's also not too bad with a 40D minus, so there we go. Okay, tag team match. Let's have the Ring Generals take on the Ards. Give Dean a nice victory there as well. Again, we're just, we're hoping to just continue improving the yards, well, the whole stable of the young Canadians. Now, if you bear with me for a second, I'm just going to double check the team name that I decided to go with. I just need to go back to my English to Spanish translation. Alright, so there we go. I can actually play it out for you. Let's play it out. Give me 1 second. Alright, so here's the Google Translator girl.
Discípulos del diablo.
Discípulos del Diablo. Basically, the translation is Devil's Disciples. And that is going to be our new stable name for our 3 evil luchadors, our 3 rudos. So, Discípulos del Diablo. Yeah, basically Devil's Disciples. You know, they're up to no good. Alright, so with that being said, let's actually give him a match. So we go Silent Accusers, and then we'll chuck in Devious Dr. Fang. So Discípulos del Diablo. And they can take on the team of Ernest Youngman, Kyler Adams, and Angel of Mercy? Yeah. Maybe that should be the main event. We'll leave it there. Let's give Kyler the victory. And I guess we'll book one more match. Let's have Bret Heartbreak take on Avalanche Takano. I think that's a pretty good match as well. We'll give it 10. I really do think that's a good match. So that can go there. I want to just chuck this down to 8 minutes. And we can book our angles and also go back because that is no longer Mobster. There we go. Alright, so let's go with a Cali Slick angle. Rated on Entertainment. Then I think we want an Avalanche Takano angle as well. And finally, let's go with Ernest. Let's go with the face trio, essentially, of Ernest, Kyler, and Angel of Mercy. Not rated. I guess we'll rate him, why not? Alright, so that can go to open the show. Perfect. Let's run it. I like the look of this show, actually. So we start off with a 54 C- for the quote-unquote good trio. Going to be taking on the finally named stable. And it is, of course, Discípulos, which I'm not pronouncing that correctly, obviously, because I'm not Spanish, and I also want to put a capital D on Diablo. But Discípulos del Diablo. And that is, of course, Devious Dr. Fang, Samael the Accuser, and Hush. Taking on Ernest Youngman, Kyler Adams, and Angel of Mercy. And, of course, yeah, does pretty well. I thought it would, but probably not worthy of a main event, although 20 minutes slow built might have changed that a little bit. But we do have Ernest, Kyler, and Mercy defeating Discípulos del Diablo in 9:47 when Kyler Adams defeated Hush by pinfall with a K-trigger. We've got a few improvements here. We've got Hush improving in Rumble skills and Angel of Mercy improving in performance. We then go to a 60C rated angle for Avalanche Takano. His match does pretty well, getting a 54 C-. We've got Avalanche Tucano defeating Bret Heartbreak in 9:32 by pinfall with a Mountain Tucano. And unfortunately, Tucano sustained a whiplash neck strain injury. I'm assuming that might have been a botch. Hopefully not. Yes, it was a botch. Okay. That's really bad. Again, the botches are a lot more common at the moment, or so it seems. But that's going to cause some simmering tension between these two. We then go straight into a 54 C- tag team match. We have the Ring Generals defeating the Yards in 8-12 when Dean Waldorf defeated Floris Bouchard by pinfall with a wheelbarrow bomb. No improvements. Moving on to a 58 C- for the pre-main event angle from Callie Slick. And the main event does pretty well, getting us a 65 C, so the highest match on the card. And we have Callie Slick defeating Buster Cap in 20 minutes 3 seconds by pinfall with a slick back. And that was a good match. I'm happy with that. Good show overall, getting us a 49D+ in the Southwest region. Like I said, hopefully that can boost up the popularity a little bit faster than you would otherwise expect. Let's have a look at Tucano's injury. So he's currently working through the injury. Man, he's been injured a lot. An injury caused by Desert Storm, injury caused by Canadian Crusher. He then had a fractured cheekbone, and now he's got whiplash neck strain with another botch by Bret Heartbreak. Yeah, pretty interesting. Anyway, we also have an opinion here from Marv Statler, and he thinks that Bret Heartbreak is unsafe in the ring, which you would have to agree with because he literally just caused an injury. I mean, his safety's not that bad, really. I don't know, that's a bit harsh. Anyway. Popularity didn't go up yet, but that's fine. It'll probably go up at least 2 or hopefully 3 points throughout this episode. But if you notice, we are under 900,000. And at the moment, as you can see, we're about 10,000 in the red for this month. It's going to be a bit of a, common trend. And I'm just hoping that, the big event at the end of the month for each month will actually sort of drag us back into the black for profit each month. Hopefully it will. But honestly, you just don't really know what is exactly going to happen. Another bad incident there, and it drops us under 70, which is really frustrating. Let's try and get these two. Yeah, okay, perfect. Straight away, we meddled between Avalanche Tucano and Bret Heartbreak, and they now have no negative relationship. So, luckily, that puts us back on 70, which is really good to see, because it will actually give us a little bit of a bonus, or not a bonus, but it won't penalize us for backstage morale. Anyway, let's book our main event for this show. We're going to have Long Beach Mafia 2. And it's going to be a tag team title match. And they're going to be versing. I don't want to do the Sons of Tomorrow, but I don't know if that's going to be as good as I think it could be. I suppose the Ring Generals. Let's go with the Ring Generals. I feel like we did this match very recently as well. Obviously at the last big event, Base Camp. I mean, that was a ladder match, and it only pulled a 67, so a little bit worried about this one. We're going to leave it blank as well, because I'm completely fine with the Ring Generals actually winning the match. That would be decent. Anyway, other matches, we're going to use Ernest again, and I want him to be taking on maybe Silvestre Bernier. As long as we haven't. So, yeah, we've never done this match. Perfect. So we'll go a 10-minute match. Obviously, Ernest continuing. He's our North American champion. We need to expect him to be winning all these matches. Especially against, lower opposition. Then I want to have Sunny Wildside and Kyla Adams team up yet again. Sort of reforming that former duo. And they can actually take on the Suffering. Which is going to be a really good match, actually, now I think about it. We could essentially make this a #1 contenders match as well for the tag titles. Possibly for the big event, Hunting for Glory. So I think we'll leave it blank. And I think we can call it as well. Doesn't need to be slow built. Only a 10-minute match, but that's fine. And then let's go with another match for Primus Allen. And he can take on Logan Wolfsbane? Yes. Just an 8-minute match. And we'll have Primus get the victory, of course. That one can go first, and then we'll do our angles. So let's go with Buster Cap and Mobstar. Entertainment and Menace there. Then let's go with Ernest on Entertainment. Chuck that there. And then finally, let's go an angle for Primus Allen on Menace as well, of course. No angle this week for Kyla, but that's fine. The most important thing is he's back in the ring, really. His entertainment stats are really, really good at the moment. I'm just worried about the stamina. If you saw the end of stat screen last episode, we're still on 81B, so it's got me worried. Anyway, let's double check. Southwest, yep, let's run the show. Second of the... Oh my goodness, okay. We start off with an 89A rated Menace angle from Primus Allen. Got a feeling he might beat Ernest in a triple threat match with Kelly Slick in there as well. 89A. Wow. His match with Logan getting a 67C+. We got Primus Allen defeating Logan Wolfsbane in 8:16. Only an 8-minute match. By pinfall with a running power slam. And we're in the Southwest as well, don't forget. We then go to a 61C. We've got the Suffering defeating Kyla Adams and Sunny Wildside in 9:44. When Seth Whitehead defeated Sunny Wildside by submission with a Minnesota stretch. We've got a couple of work improvements here as well. We got Felipe in technical and Sunny Wildside in performance. We then go to a 58C-, which is pretty low considering the Menace promo from Primus, from Ernest here. But I think he still needs a bit of popularity in this region. His match getting a 59C against Silvestre Bernier, and he does defeat him in 9:51 by pinfall with the hit. Not a bad match, but not great at the same time either. We then go to a 66C+. We got the Long Beach Mafia 3 doing their angle before the main event tag team title match. And that does relatively respectable. I mean, the first match with Primus and Logan actually outperformed everything. Yeah, 64C is not too bad. We got Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating the Ring Generals in 1943 when Mobstar defeated Marv Statler by pinfall with a Flattener DDT. Long Beach Mafia 3 make defense number 4 of their Summit Tag Team titles. Alright, let's end the show. That's a really, really good show rating. A 54C- in the Southwest region. I'm happy with that. That's pretty outstanding, actually. Yeah. Alright, I'm just looking through there. I mean, there's a few people with morale issues, but again, I mean, I can't really do anything about those. I like this guy as well, Scarlet Scarab. But I'm assuming he's still with south of the border. Ooh, Fearless Blue getting a contract. That's pretty cool to see, actually. I'm a big fan of Fearless Blue. Especially as a jobber, because of his selling. I feel like if you actually use him from the start of a game, he can actually turn out pretty good. Especially if you just job him out for the first, few months. Alright, well let's just keep advancing. Did we go up popularity? Yes, we did. We're actually up to 20 E- in the southwest. But the importance in the region's a little bit lower, slightly lower than the mid-south. So it's going to take a little bit, just that little bit longer, because you need to get a bit higher popularity for the importance stat, or for the number to go up by 1. Alright, so Avalanche Tucano's back. That was pretty good. He's only out for a week. And let's get into another show. Couple of wrestlers caught. So we've got Max Smith improving his behavior. But yet again, we're down to under 69. Which is frustrating. We'll try and go with another medal between Primus and Callie. Still not working. And let's go back to the Southwest region. And let's book our show. Now, in theory, I wanted to... Yeah, I'm trying to think of what would be a really good main event. I feel like Samael kind of deserves to be up here, but again, his popularity is not exactly high enough. Similar to El Mitico there. When you got guys like Mobstar who have 39 D-, it's kind of hard not to... I mean, look how good he's going at the moment. He's got 39 in the Southwest, which is obviously helping CZCW, which is where he works as well. But he's also the Summit Tag Team Champion and the Confederation of the Territories World Tag Team Champion. I'm assuming that's with either Froshaw or Gravedigger. Anyway, let's book our match. Let's just go with Primus Allen. And he can take on... I guess he can take on Angel of Mercy. That's not a... Oh, they have negative chemistry. Okay, never mind. Takano. Back from injury. 32 E+. That seems decent enough. Or Kyler. No, Kyler doesn't have the pop. Okay. Yeah, I guess let's go with Avalanche. For 20 minutes. You already know how it's going down. Alright, there we go. Then let's book a tag team match. Let's go with Tyler Adams and Ralph Liotta. They can take on the Sons of Tomorrow. More or less just to get everybody in here working with Kyler a little bit. We'll give the victory. We'll give it to Brett. Hopefully he doesn't injure Kyler. That would be literally worst case scenario. And maybe I'm taking a bit of a risk by doing this, but anyway. Just trying to get Kyler to help out the rest of the roster while maybe getting some of a rub back off of Ralph Liotta's stamina and Bret Heartbreak as well. I think he's got an A. The other thing we want to do is we want to make a big signing for this episode. One of the guys, I guess we could bring Steve Flash in now, because that was sort of my plan before he got injured. Anyway. Alright, so let's do Devious Dr. Fang, and he can take on Sunny, I guess? Yeah, that's not a bad match. Alright, so there we go. That's that one booked. DDF versus Sunny Wild side. And finally, let's go with another tag match. Let's I kind of want to get El Mitico on the card as well. So maybe do these two have bad chemistry? I think they do. But we'll do, yeah. Damn it, I knew that was the case. Let's chuck. Yeah, we'll chuck Rob Reynolds in there instead. And we'll leave this one blank as well. Alright, well that's looking pretty good, I think. Let's go a Primus Allen Menace promo. I mean, we pretty much have to after the last one. Getting an 89A. Starting off the show as well. Then we want to go with a, I guess, Samael Menace angle as well. We can throw Hush in there. I feel like it'd be pretty important for him to be in there as well. Just to get that little bit of rub back, even though he's not actually rated on anything. And finally, let's just go with a Kyler Adams angle as well. Purely for the fact that I want to try and build his overness in the Southwest. Perfect. Alright, let's run the show. Starting off with a 66 C+. The Menace angle for the Silent Accusers. Their tag match gets a 51D+. We have El Mitico Jr. and Rob Reynolds defeating the Silent Accusers in 10:07 when El Mitico defeated Hush by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. We also have Hush improving in Rumble skills. We then go into a 53 C-. We have Devious Dr. Fang defeating Sunny Wildside in 9:53 by submission with a deadly Kung Fu grip. Not a bad match, actually. A 54 from DDF. Not too bad. We then go to a 53 C- angle for Kyler Adams. Their his tag match with the youngsters getting a 40D-, so pretty bad. Pretty bad, that's for sure. And we actually have the Sons of Tomorrow defeating Kyler Adams and Ralph Liotta in 7:57 when Bret Heartbreak defeated Ralph Liotta by pinfall with a heart attack. And as you'd expect, Kyler head and shoulders above everybody else. We also have improvements. We got Bret Heartbreak improving in performance skills, so I'm assuming that's from Kyler. And then we actually have Kyler improving in Rumble skills, which I'm assuming is from both of these two guys because they do have relatively good brawling. I think Bret Heartbreak has a C+, maybe. Yeah, not too bad. We then go to an 81B for Primus Allen's angle. And finally, the main event gets us a 70 C+, a really good match there with Primus Allen defeating Avalanche Takano in 1940 by pinfall with a running power slam. And a nice 71 in-ring performance from Primus. Overall show rating getting us a 53 C- there, so another really good show. Only 1 point lower than the last show, which is a little bit strange. But then again, we we didn't have an A-rated angle like we did on the last show, even though we had a better main event. Rob Reynolds, booking complaint, wants a bit of momentum. Fair enough. We now got Jenny now has issues for not appearing on shows, so that's pretty frustrating. We might... I mean, there's no real point in letting her go because she's not getting paid a downside anyway. Rick Law's contract's running out. Unfortunately, we can't go for him because we are too small. Anyway, let's we'll keep pressing on. Like I said, I would really like to try and get to the end of the month for this episode. Got Marv Statler being a bit of a dick backstage. That actually cost us 3% of our backstage rating. That's really annoying. I want to clear the air a bit. We'll try and work on some of these morale issues. I mean, it's not going to be great, but at the same time, I mean, we've got a lot of morale issue at the moment, and it's causing Sunny Wildside, for starters, to be a negative influence, even though, you know, without morale issues, he's normally not. Anyway. Main event for this week, let's go with Ernest Youngman, and he can take on, I think, Seth Whitehead. His popularity is a little bit low. Felipe, probably also very low, yeah. Tyler? Still only 18. Has that not gone up? I mean, it's gone up 2 points this episode, but I suppose he did actually lose his last match, didn't he? Maybe I should book him a little bit better. Anyway, I'm going to throw him in the main event, because why not? Ernest Youngman taking on Kyler Adams. I feel like we've seen this match quite a few times before. He's also going to lose this one, but I mean, he pretty much has to lose, because I'm not going to have him go over my champion at the moment. We're then going to have a trios match, or a 6-man tag. Let's have Long Beach Mafia 3, along with Primus. And they can take on the... Yeah, let's go for it. I've completely forgotten, but the name, it is Disquilios, something like that, Del Diablo, which I also haven't changed the capital letter on that, so I'll make sure I get around to that. What am I doing? Angel of Mercy. No, it's Devious Dr. Fang. There we go. Give that one. Let's give it 20 minutes. I mean, let's have 2 20-minute matches, with no winner chosen as well. I mean, this could actually beat the main event. Yeah, Discipulos. Yeah, Discipulos del Diablo. Let me just change the D here as well. All right, there we go. That looks a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner. I think the Del doesn't need a capital, from what I understand of, well, from my lack of understanding of the Spanish language. Let's go with a singles match. Let's go with Rob Reynolds taking on Silvestre Bernier. We'll give him a victory here. He wanted a win, so he gets his win. There we go. And I guess we can go... let's put it on the pre-show. Go another tag match, and I want to have the odds taking on Bob Casey and... Who else is relatively cheap? Let's go with Kitty Alright, there we go. Pre-show match. Let's give Harbin a victory. I mean, he got in a fight with Marv Statler just because Marv's a bit of a dick. Anyway, let's do our angle. Let's actually do Ernest and Kyler together. Of course, they've been rivals. They've been friends at some time, you know, some stage, tag team partners and whatnot. We then want to have, let's do Primus Allen, Mobstar, and Buster Cap with an angle. Get a bit of success going there as well. And then we want, I guess, a Rob Reynolds angle. I suppose we can try a Menace angle for him. A little bit strange, but anyway. Actually, I probably could have done it the odds. Oh, actually, the young Canadians, all three of them together. Wonder if that would be smarter. Yeah, that might be a bit better option, I think. Alright, so let's go with Floris, Carbon, and then Silvestre as well. Alright, there we go. Just got to make sure that they're all mid-carders as well. So mid-card, and Silvestre is opener, so we'll just bump him up to a mid-carder now as well. I do want we want to get Kyler to verse him a couple of times because of his, as you can see, he's got an A star for basics at the moment. He's also got 91A for selling, and then his technical skills or chain wrestling, mat wrestling, they're both pretty good as well. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's run the show. Just double check. Southwest. There we go. Let's run it. So we start off with the pre-show match, getting a 36 D-. We got the yards, defeating Bob Casey and Gideon Kato in 10:15, when Harbin Gerard defeated Gideon by pinfall with a Phoenix faceplant. We have two improvements, both for Floris. He's improving in rumble skills and performance skills as well. So I'm really glad that we actually did this pre-show. Not too expensive either. These guys obviously are about 300, maybe 320 combined. So, yeah, not too bad. Alright, we start off the show with a really, really bad angle. 35E+ for the young Canadians. You know, in theory, Silvestre is their leader. But then we have Floris, who is basically the mouthpiece. We then go into a 36 D-. We got Rob Reynolds defeating Silvestre Bernier in 7:31 by pinfall with a real deal rocker. We also have Rob improving in performance skills, sort of as a result of Silvestre and how good he is. We then go to a 68C+ for the new Long Beach Mafia, Primus, Mobstar, and Buster Cap. The 6-man tag gets a 63C, so not too bad. You got Primus Allen and Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating Discipulos del Diablo in 1932, when Primus Allen defeated Hush by pinfall with a running power slam. Lots of improvements. We've got Hush improving in flying and rumble skills, so good increases there. And we also have Mobstar improving in technical skills as well. We then go to a 54C- for the pre-main event angle between Ernest and Kyler. And the match does relatively well, getting a 64C. We have Ernest Youngman defeating Kyler Adams in 2002 by pinfall with the hit. And a nice 65 in-ring for Ernest and a 50 for Kyler as well. No improvements. Alright, overall Sheridan getting us a 48D+, but that is pretty much the first angle and the first match on the card. Both being really bad. What, an E+ and then just a D-. Still increases the popularity though, so that's really all that matters. Anyway, now I think it's time for us to look at the possibility of bringing in Steve Flash. Logan Wolfsbane also being released by PSW. which is interesting. He truly is really good. I should really try and push him. Maybe once we go back to the Mid-South. I don't know. I'm going to have a look at the creative meeting as well. So next big things, we've actually got Kyler at number 2. Behind Elmidico, which is pretty crazy. I mean, Elmidico just is something else. He's just so special. Hot prospects, we got Elmidico number 1 as well. Then Silvestre, Sunny Wildside, Seth Whitehead, Austin Smooth. Talk the Talk, Kyler Adams is number 1. We then have Primus at number 2, Ernest, Avalanche Chicano, Jenny Playmate. Have her stats gone down? They have. So they went up to a 76 with Kyler, and now they're back down to a 71, which was sort of where she was before Kyler. Anyway, the thing is, she never really gained popularity, which is so strange to me. Despite being in the angles. Very weird. Anyway. Showstoppers, we've got Kyler in there as well, which is good to see. Up to a 20E minus for his popularity now in the Southwest. Unfortunately, he's not a ring general, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. Alright. Anyone on time decline? No, nobody. Alrighty. Let's look at signings, first of all. Now, I don't want to do this for too long. Like I said, I really want to try and get through this month. But we want to get a wrestler. I'm looking for excellent basics. We want a male. Work in the USA. And then we pretty much have this list, which is a list we basically looked at before. But unfortunately, I think it's missing a few people now as well. Due to a couple of guys retiring. Who's this guy? Looks like another new worker. Looks like a very, very solid worker as well. Absolutely dreadful star quality. And a 10F in stamina. So I think he can do about 3-minute matches maximum. He's also got 6F in psychology. Do I want to sign him? You bet your ass I do. I'm not going to. Not yet. Anyway. Alright, Steve Flash. He's actually the World Heavyweight Champion for the Confederation of the Territories. I think that's pretty cool at the moment. This guy would also be pretty decent to bring in. Tadayuki Kikawa. Yeah, I didn't think he would want to come. We are a little bit too small. Okay, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Steve Flash doesn't want to negotiate with us. Because we recently pulled out we basically withdrew from a contract that we were just about to sign with him, so fair play to him. I really want to bring in Thrill Seeker and Air Attack Weasel. I kind of want to make them a tag team, if I'm being honest. Let's bring in Air Attack Weasel. We'll bring him in for just 1 year, I think. I don't want to go too long term. Oh, okay. Alright, so he wants 1,300 per appearance. That's fine. So I think we'll just bring him in at the moment. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I do want to have him go straight into a feud with Kyler. Just to try and get the basics. Because I want to see at the end of this episode, in the end of stat screen, and see if Kyler has actually improved. Alright, so let's get into this. So Bullseye's got an offer. Really not a fan of him. And Callie Slick has just quit GSW. And we are now the only company that he actually works for. Which is very strange. Anyway. Okay, fair enough. Let's keep advancing. I mean, no real reason to stop there. Nothing going there either. And let's just jump in. Oh man, it's so bad. Now, Devious Dr. Fang is apparently a backstage. He's got morale issues. Again. I have no idea why. Ugh, frustrating. Very frustrating. Anyway. I mean, with the increased popularity that we're getting, we are actually generating more fans. So we've gone from under 500 to nearly 650, which is good to see. All right, let's do a one-on-one. Let's have Primus Allen take on Marv Statler. There we go. Never faced each other one-on-one. Obviously, Marv's not going to pick up the victory here, so don't have to worry about that. There we go. I then want to have another singles match. Let's go with Silvestre Bernier taking on Kyler Adams. Again, we want to help Silvestre with his psychology, and at the same time, we want Kyler to hopefully benefit from the basics. And we'll just have to wait and see if he really is capped, like I said at the end of the episode. We'll then go a tag match. We'll have Venomous Death, and they can take on the Sons of Tomorrow. Just a quick 8-minute match. We'll give Cobra the victory because we haven't used him in a while. Chuck that one there. And then finally, let's go with another one. Let's go Long Beach Mafia 3. And they can take on Kid Fantastic and yeah, Canadian Crusher. Mobstar with the victory. Then I might actually bump this match up to 10. There we go. Alright, let's do angles. Let's do Primus, of course, on Menace. We'll do a Kyler Adams angle as well. And then finally we'll do a Long Beach Mafia 3 with Buster Cap and Mobstar. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Alright, let's run the show. Double check. Southwest. There we go. Perfect. And we start off with a 63C for Buster Cap and Mobstar. Good start to the show. Their match does really well, actually. 53C-. Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating Kid Fantastic and Canadian Crusher in 7:46, when Mobstar defeated Kid Fantastic by pinfall with a flattener DDT. And as you'd expect, Mobstar head and shoulders above everybody else. However, both members of Long Beach Mafia are improving. We've got Buster Cap improving in technical skills and Mobstar improving in performance. Then go to a 58 C-. We've got Kyler Adams with his angle. I think they're slowly getting better. But he really needs to get his popularity up as quick as possible to try and get those C+, B- angles. His match gets a 46D. We've got Kyler Adams defeating Silvestre Bernier in 940 by pinfall with a K trigger. 46 in-ring. Not great, but still not too bad either. We then go to a 50D+. We got Venomous Death defeating the Sons of Tomorrow in 10:05 when Cobra defeated Robin Delay by submission with a Viper Vice. We also had Bret Hart break off his game. We also have Robin Delay improving in performance skills. We then go into an 82B for the main event angle from Primus. And the main event does really well, getting us a 67 C+. Primus Allen defeating Marv Statler in 20 minutes, 24 seconds by pinfall with a running power slam. Really good match to finish off the show. And our overall share rating getting us a 52D+, so 1 point away from a C- there. But still good enough to hopefully increase our popularity by the 0.4 increases we've been getting recently. Alright, so we do have our decision. We do have Air Attack Weasel coming in. So welcome to the company. Hopefully he'll be pushed as... He's pushed as a main eventer. That's perfect. That also means that he has really good popularity in the Southwest, which is perfect. Really gives us another solid option to main event our shows in the Southwest alongside Primus. Alrighty, so we've got one more show left. We're actually going to debut... Yeah, I think we'll debut him for the big event, Hunting for Glory. I think he can debut against Kyler as well. That'd be a good match. But let's once again try and meddle between these two enemies. And it backfires again, and they now have a hatred. Oh, it's pretty funny. It's going back and forth. I mean, it's just a bit ridiculous at this point. I don't think it's ever going to go away. And of course, Kyler actually has issues with Callie as well. Well, a simmering tension, but still. Anyway, so for this main event, let's go... I think we already did this match, but let's go with... actually, let's go 3-on-3. A big main event. We're going to have Primus Allen and the Long Beach Mafia 3. And they're going to take on Ernest Youngman, Callie Slick, and you guessed it, Kyler Adams. 20 minutes, that seems really good to me. We'll leave it blank because, again, it doesn't really matter if Ernest loses because, I mean, he's the champion. It just doesn't matter. And obviously, Primus is the most dominant wrestler we have in the company at the moment, so it works out. For our other matches, let's just go with 2 singles and... and a tag match. I actually want to have El Mitico go over here for this one. Might be time to start pushing El Mitico. Alrighty, there we go. Let's do another singles. Exclude booked. Let's go with Sunny Wildside and Logan Wolfsbane. Feel like that's a pretty good match as well. We can actually leave it blank. We might actually work the crowd as well with that one, because probably not going to give either of them a promo. And then finally, we'll go a tag match. Let's go with the Suffering, who are the #1 contenders for Hunting for Glory, and they can take on the Ards. in a bit of a tune-up match. Just 8 minutes, and then we'll give the victory to Seth. Open, script, and decisive. Chuck that there. Let's book our angles. Let's go with triple entertainment angle for Ernest, Callie, and of course Kyler as well. Chuck that one there. We'll go an El Mitico angle. It's also worth mentioning that when Kyler came back from his injury, he actually gained a point in star quality. So he's up to 78, well he was at the beginning of this episode. Pretty strange, but I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a really good thing to see. I mean, if he can get into a B+, which is only 5 points away, I think that's good enough star quality for him to be a heavyweight or like a main event champion in the future. Anyway, there we go. That's the show booked. Let's run it. Our final pre-show, or our go-home show for the big event. Starting off with a 44D. We have Logan Wolfsbane defeating Sunny Wildside in 940 by submission with a Boston Crab. And Sunny Wildside and Logan Wolfsbane have great chemistry, so that could be something we use in the future. But again, both these guys, the reason why the low rating is they're not over in the Southwest, so they do have a bit of popularity in the Mid-South, obviously, but not over here. So that great chemistry. Maybe we'll have them rematch at the event. That's a good idea as well. We then go into a 41D for the Sufferings angle. Nothing really to say there. Their tag match does a lot better, getting a 55 C-. We have the Suffering defeating the Yards in 753 when Seth Whitehead defeated Floris Bouchard by submission with a Minnesota stretch. Yeah, pretty good there. I'm happy with that. We then go into a 53 C- for El Mitico's angle, which is good to see, just a 53, which is above the D+, of course. His match also getting a 56 C-. We have El Mitico Jr. defeating Devious Dr. Fang in 1001 by pinfall with a Northern Light suplex. And these guys actually have great chemistry as well. But DDF was off his game. Moving into a 57 C- rated angle for the pre-main event angle. The main event itself does... I thought it might have been better. Only a 62C. We have Primus Allen and Long Beach Mafia 3 defeating Ernest Youngman, Callie Slick, and Kyler Adams when Primus Allen defeated Ernest Youngman by pinfall with a running power slam. Ooh, look at that. Getting a victory on the champion. Literally the show before the big event on the go-home show. Overall show rating a lot worse than usual, only getting us a 47D. And that's basically because we didn't have a Primus Allen Menace promo, basically. That is fine, though. Not really too worried about it. Alrighty, so let's have a look at the popularity. We are up to 21 E- in the Southwest, which is really good to see. And we've actually kept our 44 popularity in the Mid-South. Let me just quickly jump into the editor. I want to see what our popularity actually is. So we are at, well, we're almost at a 45, actually. We're at a 44.9, so a good show. And we will basically go to 45, which I think is, what, 1 point away from a D+? 46, I think, is D+. So yeah, interesting. I also want to change our stables because Long Beach Mafia still has Callie Slick, as opposed to having Primus Allen. So there we go. Forgot to sort that out. Anyway, hunting for glory. Let's get into it. Got to book our big triple threat match for the North American title. We also have the tag team titles on the line with the Suffering taking on Long Beach Mafia 3. Alright, let's try and metal again. Let's go with Callie and Primus. No effect. Okay, we're sitting at a 61%. Really not good. Anyway, we're going in the Mid-South generic venue. Triple threat, and we are going to go with Callie Slick, Ernest Youngman, and Primus Allen. That's a solid main event right there. North American title on the line. Not choosing a winner. I want the game to decide for me to see where we're going to go next. It's going to be decisive. Can Callie Slick recapture his gold? Will Primus Allen continue his dominant run? Or will Ernest defy the odds and come out of basically a bit of a storyline rivalry between Callie Slick and Primus Allen? Can he capitalize on that and get a title defense under his name against arguably the two best heavyweight main eventers we have? Anyway, other matches. Oh, we actually have Austin Smooth for once. So we've got the Suffering taking on Long Beach Mafia 3. Alright, there we go. That's the tag team title match booked in. Again, not choosing a winner. I'm pretty fine with the Suffering actually winning the tag titles. Haven't actually won it yet, so that'd be pretty cool. Considering they actually were our first ever tag team that we created in the company. Let's go another tag match. Let's have the Ring Generals. I was trying to put on a bit of an accent there. They can take on Double Trouble. I kind of want to give this 20 minutes as well. And we'll leave this one blank as well. I guess I want to say it's a number one contenders match, but at the same time, it's kind of not, because yeah, if Double Trouble wins, Austin's likely not going to be here for the rest of the shows. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, we then need a singles match for Air Attack Weasel and Kyler Adams. 20 minutes as well. Leave it blank. Perfect. I'm just trying to think what other match. I guess we can just have the rematch for El Mitico. I mean, we're leaving a lot of people off the show. El Mitico and Devious Dr. Fang. And I think we'll just give that 10. And yeah, we'll give Devious the victory. But we'll make it tainted because we're going to have an interference on El Mitico by both members of the Silent Accusers. And that's going to kick off a bit of a storyline between the Devil's Disciples. I still don't want to try and pronounce it in Spanish. Discupio del Diablo? Something like that. I still don't even know what it is, to be honest. Should probably write it down so I can read it in front of me. But yeah, there we go. Double interference there. We can only do 2 angles, so let's reduce this down to 10 as well. And we'll get rid of that. There we go. Maybe even work the crowd. And then we want to have our angles, so we need a Primus angle. On Menace, we want a Kyler angle as well. Let's not script it either. I think that'll be a good idea. El Midico needs an angle. There we go, and we can actually do... Let's drop this to 8. I feel bad doing it, but at the same time, I want another angle. For... Let's go with... No, let's stick with Buster Cap and Mobster. Alright. That looks pretty good. Let's check a pre-show match on as well. Why not? Let's do the odds. Actually, we'll do a 6. Do a 6-man pre-show, and we'll have the Young Canadians, and they can take on Angel of Mercy, Samael the Accuser, and Avalanche Tucano. There we go. Just to get these guys on the card, and I guess we'll give Angel of Mercy the victory. There we go. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's run our... This is going to be the final show of the episode, of course. It is going to be the end of the month. We will also check the finances, because the finances along with the regional battle will be pretty interesting. Alright, so we start off with a 54 C- for the pre-show match, where we have Angel of Mercy, Samael, and Avalanche Tucano defeating the Young Canadians in 10 minutes, when Angel of Mercy defeated Harbin Gerard by pinfall with a Mercy of God. No improvements. Moving on. So we start the show off with a 59C. We have Double Trouble defeating the Ring Generals in 9:58, when Austin Smooth defeated Marv Statler by submission with a smooth hold. Good match. Good match. We then go into a 64C for El Midico's angle. His match does really well, getting a 70C+. We got Devious Dr. Fang defeating El Midico Jr. in 8:01 by submission with a deadly Kung Fu grip after interference from Hush. During the match, we also had Samael the Accuser run in and attack El Midico. And we also have Devious Dr. Fang improving in Rumble skills as well. We then go to a 66C+ rated angle for the Long Beach Mafia 3 prior to their tag match, the tag team title match, which also gets a 70C+. And we have the Suffering defeating the Long Beach Mafia 3 in 2028, when Seth Whitehead defeated Buster Cap by submission with a Minnesota stretch. The Suffering win the Summit Tag Team titles. And that is really cool to see, man. 71 in-ring performance from Felipe Caballero. Now, we also have lots of improvements as well. We got Felipe in technical skills, Buster Cap in performance skills, and Mobster in technical skills as well. We then go to a 66C+ for Kyler Adams' angle. And apparently he improvised well throughout the segment. His match does okay. Not as good as I thought it might, but that's fine. It's a 59C. We have Kyler Adams defeating Air Attack Weasel in 2009 by pinfall with a K-trigger. We also have Air Attack Weasel improving in Rumble skills. Yeah, not too bad though. I mean, he got a poor initial rating for his gimmick, but that doesn't really matter too much. and only got a 49 in-ring performance. But he does have a bit low. Well, he has lower popularity. He only has like a 30 E plus or something like that in the Mid-South. We then go into an 81B for the Primus Allen Menace angle prior to the main event. And the main event does really well, getting us a 72 B minus. We have Ernest Youngman defeating Cali Slick and Primus Allen in 2028 when Ernest Youngman defeated Cali Slick by pinfall with the hit. Ernest Youngman makes defense number 3 of his Summit North American title. Interesting. That must have been how it played out. These two, obviously they have a massive rivalry storyline going at the moment. And Cali Slick just wanted revenge more than he wanted the North American title. And I mean, Primus Allen couldn't really do anything except try and fight back Cali Slick. And then I guess Ernest sort of capitalized on both of them. So there we go. Still champ. We also have Primus Allen improving in technical skills there as well. Let's end the show with a 57 C minus. Really good show. I wonder if that'll actually... Alright, so let's praise a few people here. I want to praise Sonny. I also want to praise Devious Dr. Fang. Finally, we can also praise... let's go with... Let's actually go with, let's go with Seth Whitehead. Oh, actually, let's go... I want to try Cali Slick. Just to see if I can get rid of the issues between Cali Slick and Kyler Adams. Because they have the tension. And I'm wondering if praising him might actually get rid of that. Anyway, James Prudence has left the SWF. We could sign him. He's going to be extremely expensive, but he is very, very over. I feel like that might be the decision to go with once we have enough popularity in the two regions that we need to sort of bump ourselves up a little bit. Anyway, let's advance one day, and then we'll suss out the finances, and of course we'll have a look at the popularity post-regional battle. Hopefully we won it. I don't actually know, or I'm not sure if I checked what CZCW actually got. We finished first in the Mid-South, but unfortunately we finished second in the Southwest. Now I'm assuming that's... Ooh, we have a booking possession. Ooh, what's SWG? Okay. Thea Davis. That's really random. They're actually not too bad. 34 popularity for a small company. That's really good. Anyway, got a lot of Pride Glory touring contracts coming up here for Logan Wolfsbane and Rob Reynolds. But we also have Austin finally finishing his tour. So we can actually make himself and Sonny the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. Yeah, we finished second. That's so strange. Anyway, let's have a look. So we are actually at 45D popularity in the Mid-South. And we're still at 21 E- for the Southwest. So that's pretty good. Title prestige still sitting at a 100 for Ernest Youngman. And the tag titles are actually up to a 90A, with the Suffering finally getting their first victory. Yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff all around, really. And I'm pretty excited to actually see Kyler's stats, which we'll see just here in a second. If you could, guys, please smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please do me a favor, turn on the notification bell, because we're still hovering around 6% of my subscribers that have it turned on. The other 6% don't. So yeah, that'd be great. Also helps you with the episodes coming out. You do get a little notification pop up when you logged in. So that's beneficial for you. Also helps my analytics out, and I get to see that more of you are interested in watching the content as well. Anyways, apart from that, guys, as always, take it easy, and I hope you do enjoy the end of Stat Screen.